So as of now, we have been discussing about the overview of SAP GTS. And as part of SAP GTS, so what did we discuss as part of overview? Like Murali, can you take can you try to explain for 1 or 2 minutes? Or Harish?
Yeah. We learned about the sanctioned party list screening, embargo check. There are other 4 application areas in GTS where one is compliance management, risk management, electronic compliance reporting.
Okay.
Another one.
Four, you are correct. Like compliance management, customs management, risk management, and electronic compliance reporting. So these are the 4 modules which are part of SAP GTS. And
apart from this,
okay, tell me.
Yeah, apart from this, you've shown how the data will flow from GTS to SAP to GTS. And GTS is a standalone system where it receives the data from SAP. GTS is we cannot create any transaction data, just for custom reporting and printing of customs document, other screening and other things.
Okay. Okay. Any other points from Murali or Raji?
My audio
Hi, yeah, so we also talked about risk management.
Okay.
In those preferences, and we talked about LOC, letter of credit, processing the letter of credit, and we did about in customs management the product classification, that the product needs to be classified and licensed. We check the validation. It checks the validation of the product licensing, and also
letter of credit. What is letter of credit?
documents created, like the ones which we need. Sorry.
Letter of credit.
Sorry.
Letter of credit.
Letter of credit. Yeah. Yeah, and we also learned about the GTS system will also generate the necessary documents, the set of documents that is to be produced to the customs office, customs people. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, Raji. Yes, Raji.
Okay, so yeah, that's more of it.
Okay. So I just wanted to repeat for 2-3 minutes. That is, SAP GTS has been classified into 4 different modules, 4 different sub-modules. Those are compliance management, customs management, risk management, and electronic compliance reporting. So the first sub-module of SAP compliance management will be taking care of the first part of first sub-module of SAP GTS module. So Murali, I started recording. I will share it to you. Okay. Thank you. Maybe you can you can remind me every day. Anyway, any one of you just remind me so that I can start recording the sessions from me. Okay. And as part of like compliance management, the compliance management, the purpose of compliance management will make sure that the companies will be under the compliance. The purpose, the main motive or the purpose or the intention of compliance management is to make sure that companies will be under the compliance. So, I mean, how the compliance management will help to make sure that the companies will be under the compliance with the help of sanction party list screening, and with the help of embargo, with the help of legal control import and export, that is like license determination part. So that means as part of compliance management, the functionalities, the provisions, the functionalities or the provisions which are available under the compliance management will be taking care of all compliance part. That means these activities, these functionalities will help the company to be under the compliance. How? So by taking care of screening of business partners, by taking care of screening of business partners, countries, by taking care of like validating the licenses for the product, and also like identifying the licenses or determining the licenses for the product. So what you are doing, you are maintaining the licenses, for the product in the GTS system. Whenever a sales order is transferred from the ECC to GTS, what happens? The GTS system looks for whether the product which is being used in the sales order is having relevant license in the system or not. If the license is not available in the GTS system for the product which is transferred from the ECC to GTS, what happens? The system puts a block stating that the license is not determined for the product, so and so. So that is basically the compliance management will be taking care of screening or validation of the customers, screening or the validation of the countries, and screening or validation of the licensing requirements for the product. There is three different functionalities. The first one is called as the screening or the validation of the business partners. That functionality is called as the sanction party list screening. Screening and validation of like customers, business partners, countries is called as embargo, and the screening or validation of product licenses is taken care by the legal control import or legal control export. Can anybody tell me why I use like legal control import or legal control export? Because we may have import products, we may have export products. So that's why maybe I can make it like this. Legal control, import and export, or we can make it like license determination. License determination. So these are like three activities. Here I wanted to have a question. I wanted to ask a question. At this level, are we going to have any communication with the customs authorities at this level while doing the screening, while doing embargo, while doing legal control import and export? Are we going to have any communication with the customs authorities?
No.
No, right? No. We are just taking care of ourselves, right? That means we are just taking care of like the precautionary activities. So we are just taking care of precautionary activities at very preliminary step. But once these precautions has been taken care, you know what is going to happen? Then there is a need to communicate with to whom? There is a need to communicate with the customs authorities. Okay? So that part, the module, okay, as part of communication with the customs authorities, Raju, as part of, you were there as part of like last session, right? Raju?
Yes, please.
Okay. Can you just think about as part of communicating with the customs authorities, what kind of activities we may need to perform?
whether all the documentation is properly done or not.
Okay,
As per
basically
requirement.
the first thing is very good point. Taking care of documentation. Correct, right? Taking care of documentation. That means identification of document. Okay, next.
Whether it is followed the STL list and all the
Okay.
compliance requirements are not, then the customs, then only it can go through the customs.
Okay, correct. Okay.
Connectivity should be established between GTS and customs authorities.
Excellent. That means there is a need to establish the connection between SAP GTS and the customs authority. If we have a requirement to connect with the customs authority system, then what we need to do? We need to establish, because there are two cases. The reason is here, sometimes, for example, take an example of two companies. Well, based on my exposure, if you take Bosch, Robert Bosch. Robert Bosch is the company which is directly communicating with the customs authorities, like automated export system of US. That means there is no third party transporter. That means Bosch itself is having their own transportation method, or their own transportation, transportation facilities. That's why, so they are directly communicating with the customs authorities. So then in that case, what needs to be done? So there is a need to establish the connection between, there is a need to configure the setup between your GTS system and the customs authorities of the AES. There is a second case, like Microsoft. Okay, I can put like list of companies name, I can put XYZ, and XYZ is directly communicating with the customs authorities, and ABC is not having the direct communication because the ABC is using DHL, ABC is using DHL or FedEx or some other transportation organization to export or to import. Then do we need to have the setup? Do we need to have the communication between GTS to customs authority system? So if you are using some third party organization, then who will take care of to whom you are going to send the documents? The documents are products. You are going to send the documents, the necessary documents, or you are going to provide the necessary products to the DHL. Then what DHL will do? The DHL will be taking care of communicating with the customs authorities. In that case, you don't need to have any communication with the customs authorities. You don't need to set up any setup between your company to your GTS to customs authorities. Then what you need to do? You need to set up a connection between the DHL to your company. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. So that is how it works. So taking care of printing documents, taking care of communication, and taking care of export declaration document, taking care of export import declaration document, taking care of customs export declaration, customs import declaration, and also as I told you, we have a concept of transit procedure or the transit presentation, which is part of European Union, and we have one more thing, product classification. And product classification, what is the product classification, Murali? Can you tell me?
Yeah, based on product attributes, it will be classified under ECCN or ICCN. With the help
Okay,
of
that
those, we
means
can
product classification is assignment of
Standard codes to the
standardized codes, correct. Assignment of standardized codes to the product. So product classification is the process of assigning standardized codes to the product. What kind of standardized code? ECCN or ICCN or commodity code or schedule B numbers. We have many other numbers which are being used in the system. So those codes, what we are going to do, we are going to assign to the product. So that is about, like product classification. And then preference processing, like, identifying the preference when a business transaction is happening in the free trade zone countries, and that is taken care of by the preference processing. And, due to the reason that there is due to the reason that there is a need of like taking care of reducing the financial risk, due to the reason that there is a need to reduce the financial risk. So how can you reduce the financial risk? So as you know that when you are doing the international business, when you are doing an international business, what happens? So there is a problem, or there is an issue with taking care of financial matters. So as whenever there is a risk involved, so generally what happens, if your customer, if you are doing the business like domestically, where your customer and you are located in the same geographical region, like same state or same country, then what happens, if the customer fails to pay the payment, then you have some control. So like you can deal like the payment activities legally, or else you can directly approach, or you can take help of some recovery agencies. There are many things. As long as the customer is located in the same region, the same country, you have many options to get the money. But whereas whenever the customer is located in the different country, all the way which is geographically very far from you to that place, so definitely we are not going to have any control unless and until the customer is good and he pays money. We do not have any control in receiving the payment. Then what needs to be done? Then there is a need of some kind of surety. There is a need of some kind of surety which has to provide by the importer to the exporter. So the kind of surety process, the kind of surety document is called as letter of credit. So generally what happens, the letter of credit processing is not only part of the SAP GTS. If anybody knows, if anybody get an opportunity to work on some kind of marketing kind of thing, like especially involving the export and import sales, what happens, you might have come across the concept of letter of credit. It's like the generic process. It's not SAP's own topic. It's the generic process which is being used. The letter of credit is the generic process which is being used in international trade, which is already exists. The same letter of credit was supported by our SAP GTS as well. So due to the reason that there is a financial risk, involved in the international business, what needs to be done? We need to take care of the financial payment with the help of letter of credit process. What is the letter of credit? Letter of credit is a guarantee document. Letter of credit is a surety document. Letter of credit is a guarantee document. Letter of credit is a surety document which is issued by the bank to the exporter on behalf of whom? Why the bank is giving to the exporter? Because the importer will request the bank. So for example, just an example, I am in US, Pradeep in Canada, so I am exporting something to Pradeep. What happens as importer, Pradeep, what needs to be done? So whenever I send a commercial invoice to the Pradeep, then Pradeep, commercial invoice it is one kind of document. Commercial invoice is one kind of document which shows the value of the real invoice. It's like pro forma invoice kind of thing. Okay? The commercial invoice, so I need to send to the Pradeep in advance. Whenever I created a sales order, so when the Pradeep confirms my sales order, what I need to do? I need to send a commercial invoice to the Pradeep stating that, Pradeep, this is the actual invoice value which is going to be happen. then what Pradeep will do? Pradeep will approach Bank of America and request the Bank of America, please provide some kind of guarantee document to Venkat because he is exporting goods to me. Then based on the guarantee document given by the Bank of America to me, to the Venkat, then Venkat will do the export. Then in this case, then if you use the letter of credit process, then is Venkat is going to have any financial risk? No, right? Venkat is not going to have any kind of financial risk. Okay, Raju. I just made everybody as you moved. Okay. Now we will not be having any. So that is, and as I already explained, your restitution is the process, okay, which will be useful to identify the refund when you deal with the agricultural products. And this is very least important. We may not consider this, even we may not deal. I'm not going to take about this because till almost like 1.5 years, 2 years when I have been observing, no company or no organization is looking for consultants with the skill of restitution. That's why we are not going to cover. But as a concept wise, I'm going to tell you that restitution is the module, submodule, or application area. Restitution is the application area which is helpful, which helps to identify the refund. Identify the refund whenever there is a transaction happens with the agricultural goods. For example, if like Venkat export any kind of agricultural goods to like Pradeep in Canada, then what happens? Venkat and Pradeep both parties are supposed to get some kind of refund. But due to the reason that the companies which are dealing with the agricultural products may not have that much capability to use the SAP GTS, maybe that could be the reason. Like I never seen any add any requirement for the restitution. So the final module is that is electronic compliance reporting. So which is specially electronic compliance reporting is the module. It's like a small module which is exclusively meant for European Union. If you are working for a client called like ABC in North American region or any other region, you don't need to know what is electronic compliance reporting. But if you are going to work, then if you are going to keep your client as a European client, then you need to know what is electronic compliance reporting. But we will cover that. So we will cover that module as well. So now I wanted to just repeat for 1 minute that the functionalities, the different submodules of SAP GTS are compliance management, customs management, risk management, and electronic compliance reporting. So as part of compliance management, what happens? We will be taking care of like business partners in terms of like validating the business partner or screening the business partners against blocked members. And as part of embargo, we are screening or validation of customers countries, business partners countries, and as part of legal control import and export, we are taking care of or screening or validation of product licenses or determining the licenses for the products. That is compliance management. As part of customs management, we will be taking care of product classification and customs import declaration, customs export declaration, and transit process, and printing the trade documents, and finally communicating with the establishing the connection of establishing the communication between customs authorities. So that is here the compliance management, it is just to make sure that we will be under the compliance, whereas customs management, it is going to have direct interaction with the customs authorities. That's why the name has been given as a customs management. So the activities which you are using in the compliance management are not directly are not having any direct communication with the customs authorities. But our level, we are taking care of activities. But whereas customs management, like many things are related to the communicating with the customs authorities. And finally, risk management to reduce to reduce the risk of companies or the clients by getting the discount or by getting the refund or by reducing tariffs or in terms of reducing the risk of financial matters by using letter of credit process. And finally, electronic compliance reporting. That is the module which is taking care of reporting purpose for the European Union countries. So this is what we have discussed in the previous class. That is the overview of SAP GTS, or the functionalities available in the SAP GTS module. So now we are going to start. So the master data in the compliance management. So now I wanted to tell you one thing. Usually, can anybody tell me what is the master data in SAP ECC SD module?
Customer material.
Okay, customer
Materials.
Okay. Still.
Like we have CMIF as per
Hello,
the
master data is created only once for itself and it's not changed frequently.
So that means basically we have customers, we have material, and we have a customer material information record, and also we may have pricing master data. That's right. So this is the master data. So that means when we talk about the master data in SAP ECC, it is common, right? It is common at the whole module level. Do you agree with me? So if you go to the sales module, if you go to the shipping module, if you go to the billing module, wherever you go, the master data is common or the same. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
So we do not have any separate master data for the sales or separate master data for the shipping or separate master data for the billing. There is anything. The master data elements are same at the whole module level. But the thing is, as part of master data for the compliance management, here the master data is not the common thing. I mean, as part of master data for the GTS, as part of master data for the GTS, what happens? The master data is not the common. Why? Because we are using few master data elements specific to the compliance management, and when we go to the customers management, in addition to these master data elements, we may be using different master data in the customers management. When you go to the risk management, we will be coming across different master data elements. So I need to say that the master data elements which are available for each module are is a different way, different element is having different elements. There are still few common master data elements. So it is not that each module is having, each submodule is having entirely new elements or new master data elements. It's not like that. I can give two statements. One is there are few master data elements which are common to each and every submodule of SAP GTS. That means the compliance management, customers management, risk management, and electronic compliance reporting. These four modules are having some common master data elements and some different master data elements as well. So I can just give an example. If you look at the business partner, if you look at products, and if you look at these are the business partners and the products. These are the two master data elements which are common in all the modules, all submodules. If you go to the compliance management, you can find the business partner. If you go to the customers management, still you can find the business partner. If you go to the risk management, even there also you can find the business partner. In the similar way, if you take the example of, if you take the consideration of products, the products, the custom products or the custom materials are common in compliance management, common in customers management, common in risk management, and common in electronic compliance reporting. But so the master data like licenses, the master data like sanctioned party list, or the master data like grouping, control groups, these kind of things are not available, are only available as part of the compliance management. These master data elements are not available or not belongs to customers management or not belongs to the risk management. So what happens? What about other master data? You may have the doubt. So are those modules going to have only business partners and products? Not like that. They do have other master data elements. That means along with the common master data elements like business partners and the products, the customers management is also having like BIN number, business identification number, TIN number, trader identification number, or authorization, or securities, or holding location. So these are different master data elements are part as different master data elements which are available as part of the customs management. So I mean the BIN numbers and TIN numbers are part of compliance management. Are you able to see the BIN numbers and TIN numbers in the compliance management? So here in the screen, are you able to see the BIN numbers and TIN number or authorizations and security? No, right? If you just take 1 minute, you just watch it. No. That means like the customs management is having its own master data. Along with the common master data, it is going to have the own master data. So that I wanted to refer. I wanted to just make you aware of it. The master data elements which are available in the customs GTS module are different from one submodule to other submodule. That's my intention. I wanted you to know that the master data elements which are available in the GTS submodules are different from one module to other module. But still there are few common master data elements like business partners and the products. So that I wanted to highlight. And then coming to the master data elements in the compliance management. So what are the master data elements? The first one is business partners. Now I wanted to actually due to the reason that Pradeep was not part of in previous class, I just wanted to ask a question to Pradeep. I wanted to know his idea about business partner. Pradeep, do you have any idea about the business partner?
Business partner is the customer who are part of the system who place the order.
Only partner?
Vendor.
Yes. So can you make some generic statement about the this one, business partner?
The way how goods goes from your company and the way how goods comes to your company in between the partners involved. It could be a customer or vendor who are part of the family.
So I mean, if I make a statement like the business partners are the members who are participating in the business. Do you agree with the statement? A business partner is a member who is participating in the business. He can be anyone. He can be customer. He can be business partner can be a customer. Business partner can be a vendor. A business partner can be a data provider. Or business partner can be a customs office. A business partner can be employee. A business partner can be a bank or financial institution. So I'm making a statement. A business partner is a member or an organization who is participating in the business. Whoever it is, it can be customer, he can be vendor, he can be bank, he can be financial institution, he can be a customs office or employee, whoever it is, if they are going to participate in the business, SAP GTS consider all those members as a business partner. So that means if you ever heard about the business partner, what do you think? What do you remind in your mind? Oh, a business partner can be a business member who is involving in the business. So he can receive the goods, he can send the goods, he can pay the goods, he can give the credit. The bank, what the bank will do? They will give you some surety document, or the bank will give some credit to the business. So whoever is going to participate in the export or import business, whoever is going to participate in the international trade, you need to consider all those members or all those organizations as a business partner. And now, I told you, I think you remember, I told you that the business partners, we have the concept of business partner only in the GTS. So do we have business partner concept in the ECC? No, right?
In CRM.
And as we
CRM we have, But CRM we have, but do we have any business partner concept in the ECC? No, right?
In SD.
It's a cross application domain.
Like, are we using business partner in the ECC SD?
No,
I
we are
don't
not
think
using.
so. I don't think so. We are not using, right? Business partners in SD?
Right.
We are not
we are
using.
not using.
Maybe like we can create, but we are not. We never, use a business partner. So due to that reason, what happens? So we are not, due to the reason that we are not creating the business partner directly in the ECC, but what we can create as part of import and as part of export. So did you remember one point? I told you SAP GTS module is the module which supports both inbound supply chain or the outbound supply chain. That means SAP GTS module supports both import and the export activities. Then what are the two modules we need to take into consideration of SAP GTS? Which two modules of SAP ECC we need to take into consideration for dealing with the GTS module?
SDMM.
Exactly. That you need to know. We need to know that we need to understand. We need to know that the two modules of SAP ECC, that is SD and MM, because our export activities will be supported by the SD module and our import activities will be supported by the MM module of ECC. So due to that reason, whenever you are dealing with the SAP GTS module, whenever you are implementing the SAP GTS module, which modules you need to take into consideration? The SD module and MM module. Because the SAP GTS module is going to take care of all the transactions which are related to the SD and which are related to the MM. So now I wanted to ask a question, because due to the reason that we just need to know some little overview of the cycle. The cycle means procurement cycle and sales cycle. Now I wanted to ask a question to Raji. Can you tell me what is the sales cycle, like OTC, order to cash process?
Initially, the customer puts a quotation. Gives a quotation. We take the quotation first, and then we provide the codes and everything. And then if he's okay with the codes, then if he orders.
So we create a sales order, right?
And then,
Okay.
Yeah. So and then we go to the delivery, and then we create the invoice and everything. So yeah, that's a process. That's a overlay process, brief process of it.
So that means what happens? We create a sales order. Okay, just as part of GTS, I am going to consider. So we create a sales order, and we create a outbound delivery, and we create goods issue, and then we create a billing document. So that is the cycle, or the sales cycle, which needs to be take into consideration of SAP GTS integration. And then, can anybody tell me what is the MM cycle?
Purchase order, GR creation, and IR.
Exactly. That means the MM cycle starts with creation of the purchase order. You may have the doubt. What about the purchase requisition? I agree with you. We have the purchase requisition in MM process, but as part of GTS integration, the purchase requisition is not having any importance. As part of GTS, GTS module integration, the purchase requisition is not going to have any kind of importance or any kind of value. So, but where it starts? So the transactions which are going to consider, the transactions which are relevant for GTS integration from MM side are purchase order, inbound delivery, and goods receipt. You know that, right? Goods receipt, the goods receipt process, and finally vendor payment. Vendor payment or invoice receipt, that is IR. So that means we need to know this process. From the sales side, the transactions which are relevant or which are taken into consideration for the GTS integration are sales order, outbound delivery, goods issue, and the billing document or the pro forma invoice, either the billing document or the pro forma invoice. And from the MM side, we need to take into consideration of purchase order, inbound delivery, goods receipt. You need to remember that goods receipt, post goods receipt, or goods receipt process, and finally inventory, like vendor payment or the invoice receipt. So that is what we are going to take into consideration for the SAP GTS module integration. So now, due to this reason, so what are the master data elements we need to take into consideration? So when you understood, so when you realize that both SD and MM module are going to have integration with the GTS system, then what master data elements we need to take into consideration? Because if you don't know that MM is going to participate in the MM is going to have integration, then you may answer to my question like customers, materials, and some forwarding agent or sales agent, these kind of people. You are not going to add a vendor. Am I correct? You are not going to add the vendor. But now I told you that I explained you that the both MM and EC module are going to have the integration with GTS module. Then can anybody tell me what are the master data elements we need to take into consideration from the ECC side as a business partner?
Customers, vendors.
Okay, customers, vendors,
Forwarding agent,
and materials. Right? This is these are the common things. Customers from the SD, and vendors from the MM, or suppliers. So vendors are the suppliers from MM, and material from both the sides. Because we have the common master data for all modules, right? Material is one of the common master element for SD, for SD, MM, PP, FI, plant maintenance, I don't know, any other, whatever the module it is. Material is going to be the common. So that's why that is the master data, like what we have. And as part of business partner, what master data elements we are going to consider? We are going to consider customer from the sales, vendor from the MM, and we are going to have the employees, like any employee is going to participate in the business. So in your partner functions, you can add the employees also. Now I am going to ask a question. I created a customer. I already explained you, but I just wanted to repeat. I created a customer, I created a vendor, or I created an employee, or I created a forwarding agent, and I created some contact person. So I created some of the master data elements in the SAP ECC. But okay, as part of GTS integration, what needs to be done once the master data elements are created? Can anybody tell me?
transfer to GTS.
Yeah, exactly. So as Murli said, all the master data elements, what you created in the SAP ECC, need to be transmitted to the GTS module. Okay, you create a customer, and when you transmit the customer to GTS module, what happens? Which record will be created by the GTS system? Are you going to have the customer in the GTS? Is the same customer is going to create as a customer master record in the GTS system?
Data will be same, but number will be different.
Yes, I mean data will be same, but what kind of record is going to be created in the GTS
Business
system?
partner role.
Yes, that will be business partner. You can say business partner. So that means whenever I create a customer, whenever I create a vendor, what I'm going to do? I'm going to transfer the customer from ECC to GTS system. Then what is going to happen? The GTS system is going to create business partner for the customer record, and the business partner record for the customer, business partner record for the vendor, or business partner record for the employee, or the business partner record for the contact person. Now, I wanted to ask a question. I think Pradeep might be knowing. I just wanted to verify, due to the reason that he was not available. So, Pradeep, if my customer in ECC is going to have the business partner record in the GTS, and if my vendor is going to have the business partner record in the GTS, and if my employee is going to have the business partner record in the GTS, if my contact person is going to have the business partner record in the GTS, then how can I differentiate? Because if everybody creates as a business partner, then how can I differentiate? How can I know who is the customer business partner, who is vendor business partner, who is the employee, who is the contact person? Can you able to tell me? Any idea?
So with the help of business roles, you can define it.
Exactly. That's what I'm expecting. So we have a concept of business partner role. In SAP GTS, every business partner, like even though SAP GTS system creating customer as a business partner, vendor as a business partner, employee as a business partner, contact partner as a business partner, but still SAP can differentiate all those members with the help of assigning the business partner roles. So how it is assigning the roles we will discuss. We will discuss in the future classes. So that we need to know. So that is what I am telling. We have a business partner like customer. We have a business partner like vendor, and we have a business partner like employee. We have business partner other. Now I can tell you. Are you able to see? There is a like data provider.
Yeah. Yeah.
1 minute. Hurry. Okay.
Yes.
No, okay. Just wanted to like know who. Okay. The master data and the business partner in the SAP GTS. I'm telling you there is a business partner data called data provider. Can anybody guess like what it can be? What it could be?
Third party.
Third party data provider. Okay, third party data provider. Okay, Murali, like you can since I think you have some basic understanding of it. Maybe I just wanted to like give some brainstorming for others. Okay, maybe Harish, I don't know, Pradeep. Can you guess who is this third party data provider? But why do we need? For example, if you answer to like saying that there are some few providers like third party data providers, why do we need those providers?
Maybe for credit ratings, you can have this credit rating agencies. So they can provide some data about the customer's credit credibility.
Okay. Okay, let me tell you.
The membership numbers.
Yes. So, did you remember actually when I was saying that as part of Hari, is it Raji? Hello, Raji.
It's me.
Okay, that's like I thought.
Sorry, I just logged in.
Okay, no problem. Usually, as part of sanction party list screening, what we are doing as part of sanction party list screening, what we are doing, we are screening our customers, we are screening our vendors, or we are screening our employees, or we are screening our banks, or we are screening our the financial service providers. So whoever is going to participate in the business, we need to screen, right? We need to screen against what? Against whom we need to screen. So screening means why do we need to screen? If you want to screen, for example, if you have 5 customers, if you want to screen, what do you want to know? You want to know all those 5 members are good or bad. If you want to know a person is a good or bad, then what do you need to have in place? If you want to know as part of the business, okay, I think I need to like give some basic part. So whenever a sales order is created, the sales order will be transferred to the SAP GTS system. Then what the GTS system will do? The GTS system will take all the partner functions for all the business partners who are available in the sales transaction, like the sales order. If the sales order is having like 6 members or 7 members like forwarding agent, sales employee, sold to party, ship to party, bill to party, payer, any other like bank, whoever it is, if we have all those partners, business partners, then what we need to do? We have a requirement. We have a requirement as part of our country's sorry, as part of our country's regulations. We have a requirement screening of all our 6 members Against whom? Screening of all our customers. Against whom?
Unneeded.
Against whom? Murali, against whom we need to do?
The sanction party list.
Exactly. That means we need to screen our customers against the sanction party list. That means what? That means what? Our GTS system is uploaded with what list? Sanction party list. That is blocked party list. That is denied party list. That is prohibited members. All the bad members, all the bad people or the bad members has to be uploaded in the system as a sanction party list. So what is the prerequisite? Before you perform the sanction party list screening, what is the prerequisite? You need to upload, you need to maintain all the bad members in the system. If you don't maintain, how the system knows who is good or who is bad? If you have a bad person in place, then what happens? So you can take the Venkat and you can compare whether Venkat's name is matching with any bad member or not. Otherwise you don't know, right? Otherwise how you may be knowing, but system doesn't know, right? So due to the reason that system doesn't know, how to identify the people, what you need to do? You need to upload, you need to maintain all the bad member list, that is sanction party list, which is also called denied party list or prohibited list or blocked list. That blocked list or the sanction party list or denied party list, we need to maintain the GTS system as a first step, as a prerequisite. And then whenever you transfer, the customer from ECC to, whenever you transfer the customer or whenever you transfer the transaction, what happens? The GTS system takes the values of the customer, takes the values of the document customer and start screening against the bad member list. Okay? Then it finds any bad people, any name is matching with those people, it put a block. And now the question is, why you do, the reason for giving this explanation is, you need sanction party list, right? What you understand based on this example, based on this cycle or based on this scenario, what you understand, we need what? Sanction party? Am I correct? We need sanction party list, right? Hello?
Yes.
Okay. We need sanction party list. So who is going to provide? Is the system is pre-configured with the sanction party list? No, right? The sanction party list is never be available in the GTS system. We have to receive. We have to receive from the authorized person. Am I correct? We have to receive. We have to receive the sanction party list or the blocked member list or the bad member list or prohibited member list or the denied party list. We have to receive the sanction party list from the authorized agencies. Those authorized agencies are called as data providers. Okay? Data providers. Are you able to see here? Vendor and the data provider. Vendor and then data provider. Who is the data provider? The data provider is also called as third party data provider. So the people, generally the list of sanction party members or the list of blocked members or the ECCN numbers or ICCN numbers or embargo countries list, whatever the list we need to upload, we need to maintain the GTS system, that list is going to be provided by the data providers, third party data providers or the government agencies. There are few authorized data providers or there are few government agencies who can provide the sanction party list or any other necessary data which we need to maintain in the GTS system. So the people who provide sanction party list are called as third party data providers. So there are few examples I can tell you. The name I can name the few data providers. FedEx is one authorized data provider who can provide the list of blocked members, and MK Data is one of the organization who can provide sanction party list, and also we have one more organization called Customs Info. It's like government agency called Customs Info. These are three popular major data providers who can provide a sanction party list to the SAP GTS client. So whoever is using SAP GTS, the clients need to interact with the FedEx or interact with the MK data or interact with the Customs Info to get a hot sanction party list. So that is about the other master data. So that means we can consider, so if somebody is going to provide the sanction party list, then what does it mean? Is he going to participate in the business or not? If a data provider is providing the some data to you, so directly or indirectly, what is going to happen? The data provider is going to participate in the business or not? Anyone answer? He's going to participate in the business, right?
Yes.
Yes. Then what do we need to do? Then we need to maintain the data provider also as a business partner. Okay? The customer, vendor, and the data provider and the customs office. SAP GTS suggests use the customs offices also as a business partner in the GTS system. And then financial data provider, like the banks or any financial institutions, those members also we can consider as a business partner. And then employees. If any employee is going to participate in the international trade, we are going to consider that those employees as a business partner. And the special thing in SAP GTS is, the special criteria in SAP GTS is, we are going to consider organizational units also as a business partner. So that means organizational units means, can you name few organizational units in the SAP ECC? Like from SD side or MM side, few organizational units.
Company code, plant.
Yes, company code,
sales organization,
purchase organization. In the similar way, in the GTS system also, we have few organizational elements. Those are foreign trade organization, FTO, foreign trade organization, and we have legal unit. We have foreign trade organization and legal unit. So SAP recommends use these two, SAP recommends or SAP suggests maintain these two organizational elements also as a business partner. That means we can create the foreign trade organization and the legal unit as a business partner. What is the transaction code for the business partner? The short form of BP itself is a transaction code, right? BP/BP, that is BP is the transaction code. Business partner short form. BP is the transaction code to create the business partner record in the system. So that means, to clarify, now itself, if you go to /BP, here is the foreign trade organization and the legal unit are the organizations or the persons. Okay, let me tell you one thing. As part of creating the business partner, we have three different functionalities. We can create the business partner as a person, we can create the business partner as an organization, we can create the business partner as a group. A business partner can be created as a person, a business partner can be created as an organization, a business partner can be created as a group, but a group we are not using in SAP GTS. Usually, as I told you, the business partner concept is derived from the SAP CRM, but in CRM we are having the concept, we are having a concept of creating the business partners as a group, but in GTS we never use any business partner as a group. We only create the person or the organization. Now, so when you think about foreign trade organization, like organizational unit, so is foreign trade organization is the organization or the person? Organization. Then while creating the business partner, what do we need to select? We need to select the organization. Okay? We need to select the organization. And then which role we need to select? If you see here, are you able to see any foreign trade organization role? Are you able to see?
Yes.
We need to select this foreign trade organization role. So that means what we are doing, we are using the BP concept to create the foreign trade organization. So that is the reason we are considering the organizational units also as a business partner. So that's why, like, the customer is a business partner, vendor is a business partner, data provider is a business partner, or the custom office is a business partner, or financial service is a business partner, employee is a business partner. Even the organizational units also can be treated as a business partner. So that means what we need to understand. So all these members who are participating in the business can be considered as a business partner, and we can use the BP transaction code to create the business partners in the GTS system. That's we need to understand. So any doubts at the business partner level? Okay. And then country groups. So basically, we have a concept of country groups. It's a simple. Country group is a process of grouping the countries into one group. But there should be a basis. That means the countries which require similar legal regulations. The countries which require similar legal regulations can be grouped into one group. Then what is the benefit? You may have the doubt. Why do we need to group the countries? Because whenever you create a group and assign the same legal, assign the countries which require similar legal regulation, you know what happens? So when you assign 10 countries to a group called XYZ, if you assign 10 countries to the group called XYZ, what happens? Whenever you have a requirement to maintain the data at country level, instead of maintaining data at each and every country level, what you can do is simply maintain the legal control parameters at the country group level. Then what happens? Whenever you maintain the whenever you maintain the legal rules or the legal control parameters at the country group XYZ, what happens? Automatically, the rules which are applicable for the country group will be also applied for the country. Am I correct? So whenever you create a country group and assign the 10 countries or the 20 countries, then what you can do? So if those 20 countries need same legal regulations, so you don't need to assign, you don't need to take care of each and every country. Simply, you can take care of at country group level, so that the rules, the legal regulations which we assign at country group level will be applicable to all the countries as well. So this is country group concept, and we have a product. Product, I think I don't need to tell about anything. Product is material, so which we can consider as a custom product in SAP GTS. The product is a product everywhere. Even it doesn't have any different importance of the different control parameter in the GTS. And then, but we have a concept of control group. What is the control group? So, as part of country group, what we are doing, we are grouping the country. So, which type of countries? The countries which require similar legal regulations can be grouped into one country group. In the similar way, control group is the process of grouping the product. Grouping the product means again what? The product which require similar legal regulation or similar legal requirement. What you can do? You can group all those products into one group, saying that control group. For example, if you have 10,000 products, so as you know that 200 products belongs to one group and other 500 products belongs to one group, then what you can do? You don't need to control, you don't need to take any control parameters at the each and every product level. But instead what happens? You can assign some control parameters at the control group level, so that all the products which are assigned to the control group will be following the same legal regulation. So that means country group, anybody asks you in an interview or anywhere, country group is process of grouping the countries which requires similar legal regulation, and the control group is grouping of the products into one group which requires the same legal regulations or the similar legal regulations. So that is the country group and the control group, and we have custom list numbers, that is export control classification number, which we assign it to the export product, and we have import control classification number, which we assign it to the importing product. So as part of an export or import, there is a requirement to assign products to the there is a need to assign the import control classification number or export control classification numbers to the product, and we have other master data in the SAP compliance management, that is licenses. So we do need to maintain the licenses for the product. So I can show you where do we maintain, so that you can just have a feel of it. So we have here. So here, are you able to see here? Maintain licenses. So we need to maintain licenses in the system. We need to maintain licenses in the system. If you go to the display, you can have some. Okay. So these are the licenses. 1 minute. Huh? Okay, so like this, we need to maintain the licenses, which is also master data of the compliance management, and then we have sanction party list. So this is the list hello.
Yeah, Venkat, one small question.
Harish.
Yeah, you're showing about license creation, right? License display. The same screen is there, right, in ECC6, right? The license type and everything. Active. What is the difference between this EC6 and this GTS?
Okay, here one thing is there. As you raise the point, there are few companies who doesn't want to use the SAP GTS, so they can still follow the the license maintenance option for the ECC system. Okay, so as I told you the MS, I don't want to give the full name. So you know that MS, right? MS company. The MS company, they don't do this license part, the maintenance licenses using the SAP GTS. They are still following the SAP ECC foreign trade model to maintain the system. That means the both options are available. It's their own interest. Whether they wanted to follow the ECC license for ECC foreign trade one or GTS one. If you want to get the support of GTS, you can use. But here you may have some additional benefits. But what kind of other priorities, I'm not exactly sure. I didn't directly work on foreign trade module. But I know that there are few companies who are not using SAP GTS license management. Instead of that, they are using our ECC license management. That's what you are referring, right?
Yes.
Okay, but I can definitely say that SAP GTS module could be having more functionalities available in the as part of taking care of license than SAP ECC. But I don't know why some people may be still using ECC license management, because I didn't get a chance to work that ECC foreign trade license management. If you have any idea, just share with us so that everybody can have some. So did you get a chance to work on ECC foreign trade?
Yeah, a little bit knowledge is there.
Okay. But I know that I told you, right, especially the Microsoft, they didn't implement anything for the license for license part. They didn't implement anything. So they just use ECC only for license. But for sanction party list screening and embargo, they implemented SAP GTS.
Okay.
It's like, basically there some people like, maybe comfort with some module. Like if they don't want to change, I mean to say that maybe like, before SAP GTS implementing, they might be habituated, they might be implementing a foreign trade. Generally, you know that, right? People are like, resistant, they're very resistant to change. The users, especially users, if they are habituated to some process, if you are going to introduce new process, definitely they are not going to like, accept. I think you might be come across in ECC also. If you are going to tell them that we are going to introduce new process, some users are very rigid to habituate the new process. Maybe that is the, or else they might be very comfortable. The users or the business is very comfortable with the foreign trade license. That's why they don't want to use. So that they might be, they don't need any other new functionality which was available in the GTS. Then still they can use your ECC, right? That could be the reason. If you don't have the any more requirements which can be supported in the GTS, if you don't, that what you can do, simply you can still continue with your license of foreign trade. Okay.
No, one thing like can we create license in EC6 and transfer to GTS?
No, we don't have that. That's entirely like no connection with license in the ECC and no license in the GTS, no connection.
Okay.
And even one more thing, if you are already using license management using the foreign trade, you don't need to use license determination of SAP GTS. You don't need to do. Either you can use ECC license management or GTS license management. No connection to the two parts. Okay, Harish?
Yeah, fine.
Okay. So and then, license also we have, and the final one is sanction party list. The last master data element in the compliance management is the sanction party list. So what we do here, like the sanction party list is the list of blocker members. The sanction party list is the list of prohibited members. The sanction party list is the list of denied party members. So as part of master data in the SAP GTS, we maintain here. If you go to the sanction party list screening, so I hope you remember, right? This is the screen called GTS area menu, GTS dashboard or GTS area menu, SAP GTS area menu. It has divided into 5 sections. The section 1, that is compliance management, section 2, customs management, section 3, risk management, and section 4, electronic compliance management, and the final one is system administration. So this is for one for archiving and one for the monitoring section, and finally it is for system establishing the connection between SAP, ECC and the GTS system. This is for system communication purpose. And as part of it, like the sanction party list master data maintenance, you need to go to sanction party list screening. So here, if you go to the master data, here we have maintain the sanction party list individually. Like if you want to maintain the individual sanction party list, if you receive the data like 1 or 2 records from the new updated records from the people, like the organization, like government agencies or the third party data providers, you can go here directly maintain like an individual data. And if you want to have if you have a list of like 100, 200, 10,000, then what you can do, you can upload all the sanction party list using this method. You don't need to use LSMW, or you don't need to use any other complicated technology. You just use this functionality. I can tell you how it works as part of sanction party list screening. So this is the master data for the sanction party. So now what you understand, the master data, master data related to the compliance management or business partners, or country groups or products, control groups, and custom list number, that is import control classification number or export control classification number, or the licenses for import and export, and finally sanction party list. So these are all like different master data elements which are available in the compliance management. Business partners, country groups, products, control groups, custom list numbers, licenses, and sanction party list. These are the different master data elements. And when you think about the business partner, a business partner can be a customer, a business partner can be a vendor, a business partner can be a data provider, a business partner can be a customer office, a business partner can be an employee, a business partner can be an organization unit, a business partner can be a government agency. So everybody we are creating as a business partner in the SAP GTS system. So this is about the master data elements, the master data which is related to the compliance management. So any doubts at this moment?
Venkat, one doubt.
Tell me.
Yeah, as you mentioned that GTS is about SD and MM, right? Import and export. So does it connect with EHS anything? Like we have dangerous goods and
Yes, it's a good question. GTS can also support EHS as well, but no, I mean to say that, but I can say GTS can connect. GTS can connect with EHS. So that is why we have some the process in here also. For example, if you go in SPRO, so it was we have some hazardous goods, right? That is what is referring. If you go to the compliance management, this is hazardous goods substance check. But I think as part of our syllabus, we are not going to we are going to take into consideration of MM and SD ones. But EHS part, maybe I am not. But I know that due to the reason that I got exposure, I know that the EHS also can be connected to the GTS system, but we are not going to consider the EHS module. It's entirely different module.
Okay, but it supports, right?
It supports.
Okay.
And then, okay. Now this is the master data. It supports. And this is the master data element. Now we can start the sanction party list screening. So basically, as you know that the first master data, the first application area of sanction party list screening is what are the different modules again? Can anybody name? Without just wanted to make sure, or to what extent you got it. What are the different master data elements? Sorry, not the master data elements. What are the different modules? Different submodules of SAP GTS. Can anybody name?
Compliance management, custom management, risk management, and electronic complaints reporting.
Okay. So compliance management, customs management, and management and electronic compliance reporting. So these are the 4 different submodules of SAP GTS. So now we are going to start the first submodule of SAP GTS, that is compliance management. As part of compliance management, we are going to start sanction party list screening. So basically, what is the sanction party list screening? So the sanction party list screening is the process of, the sanction party list screening is the process of screening of all your partners, business partners or the document partners. So I'm saying that I'm giving a statement. Sanction party list screening is a process of screening all your business partners who are transferred from ECC to GTS, and also we need to screen all your document partners. I hope you might have understood screening of business partners means, so if any customer is transferred, we need to screen. If any vendor is transferred, we need to screen. If any employee is transferred, we need to screen. If any, what I can say, the forwarding agent or contact person, whoever is transferred to GTS, we need to screen. But now the question is, what is document partner? Can anybody guess? So what a document can contain? If you take the sales order, what it can contain? It can contain sold to party, ship to party, bill to party, and maybe whoever is partner function defined for the document level, all those partners are available in the document level, right? Hello? So that means then what happens? So we can consider when a partner, when a sold to party or ship to party, when a customer who is available as part of the document, what we can call it as part of GTS terminology, we can call them as a document partner. Okay, when, for example, take an example of Venkat. When Venkat is individually transferred from SAP ECC to GTS, then we can consider business partner. But the same Venkat, if he is being used in any transaction and transferred to the GTS, then what we can call it as Venkat? If you are doing screening of the document, then what we can consider, what kind of screening you are doing? You are screening the document partner. Am I correct? You are doing screening of document partner. Am I correct? Hello?
Correct.
Okay. So that means the SAP GTS,
Can you repeat that, Venkat?
Raji?
Yeah, can you repeat that?
Okay. Basically, so when you create a customer, when you create a vendor, whoever you create, all those people will be transferred to the GTS and create a business partner record. Then what happens? The system will screen the sanction party. System will perform the sanction party screening for all the business partners. And again, for example, today you create a customer master record called Pradeep, and the Pradeep has been transferred to the GTS, and the GTS system create a business partner, and then the sanction party screening performs screening of Pradeep against the bad member list. So it gives whether the Pradeep is good or bad, it gives the result. So that is screening of the business partner. The second thing is, after 5 days, I created a sales order with Pradeep as one of the partner function in my document. Then what will happen? I need to transfer my sales transaction to the SAP GTS. Then what needs to be done? Do you feel that we don't need to do any screening to the Pradeep again after 5 days, or can we do it screening for the Pradeep again? Which is the best way? So we need to. I'm telling you that
you don't need to.
If you okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
So if you say that you don't need, what happens? Maybe 5 days back, the Pradeep is good. Okay. When you transfer the Pradeep from 5 days back, what happens? Based on the available sanction party list, maybe Pradeep is good. But after the period of 5 days, what happened? Pradeep might have involved in some kind of activity. Then what happened? The Pradeep can be identified as a blocked member by the authorities, and we will be receiving a new list, right? So do you feel the sanction party list is always the same, or do you feel that sanction party list changes from time to time?
Yeah, it changes.
It changes time to time. Definitely it changes from time to time, because we are not sure who is going to behave, how somebody is going to behave at what time. The person who is good today may become tomorrow bad, right? Definitely it can happen. So that is the reason. So even though you perform the screening of your business partners as individual level, but again, when the same business partner is being used in a transaction, in a document, then again what you need to do? You need to perform the screening of your document partner. That is screening of the partner and the screening of the document partner. Screening of the business partner and the screening of the document business partner. Document business partners means, screening of the partners, screening of members who are available in the documents. Whereas screening of business partners means the business partners at individual level, irrespective of their relation with the document, we are screening. But as part of the second case, so again we need to, it's not only that, we have to perform the screening only like, creation of the business partner. If you change the business partner, again the system will perform the screening. If you change the, document, again the system will perform the screening, because you created I created a business partner for the Pradeep, the address saying that, 1277, Hogansville, something. Then what happened? If Raji came to the picture and she changes the address and then a phone numbers, other details. So if those details are matching with the blocked list, if I don't do the sanction party list screening, what happened? I'm going to miss that part, right? Let me put it this way. I created a record for the Pradeep saying that Pradeep name is Pradeep Kumar, and he belongs to country called XYZ, and he is having phone number so and so and some details. The details which I created, the master data details which I created Pradeep, maybe may not matching with the Pradeep. Then what happened? The sanction party list screen, what result it will give? Will it put any block to the customer? Will it put any block to the business partner? If data is good when comparing, it will not put any block, right? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then Raji is the other user. I am the one user and Raji is other user. What she did? So she received some update, stating that the Pradeep address has been changed, Pradeep phone number has been changed, or something else. Then Raji changes the address for Pradeep. And again, if you don't do the sanction party list screening, then what happens? You are directly creating a sales order. If you don't do it, I mean to say that I am taking the case where you are only doing one time, the screening at one time, like creating the master record. If you don't do it again, what happens? So at first time, you get the good result and you start creating the sales order and delivery, and you create the billing and you create the declaration document and you send the associated documents to the authorities. But it may take maybe some time, and when the updated data has been arrived to the when you send a document with updated address to the customs authorities, what happens? Maybe that the new address might be belongs to the sanction party list. Can it happen or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Then what happens? The customs authorities will give huge fine or huge penalty. So that is why what we need to do. So we need to make sure the sanction party screening has to be done while creating the customer, while changing the customer, while creating the document, while changing the document. And also, one thing, you need to perform the sanction party list screening whenever there is a update, whenever you receive an updated sanction party list. So as of now, in the first step, you are doing sanction party list screening for the new customer, changed customer, new document, or changed document. But also I am telling that apart from these all four things, you need to also perform sanction party list screening whenever there is a updated sanction party list. Can anybody explain what is that? Sanction party list screening against the updated sanction party list. Okay, I can tell you.
Like the agency itself changed members,
exactly.
Members added to it.
So agency provided a new updated list, but as of yesterday, you are following the sanction party list screening only with old list. In the old list, there were only 100 bad members. So apart from the old list, you may be having 2-3 blocks, but you receive a new updated list of the sanction party members, 200. Then what happens if you don't perform any screening? You will be missing the opportunity to find out some other members who can match with the blocked member. That's why you also need to perform the sanction party list screening whenever you receive an updated list of the sanction party list. Okay. Likewise, we have many sanction party list screening activities. If you see here, we have screening of the regular pay and the screening of the periodical and the screening of the updated sanction party list. We have different scenarios. This is A1, A2, this is B1, B2, this is C1, C2. We have different scenarios, and we can discuss about these things tomorrow. We can continue to discuss about we can try to finish the sanction party like maybe tomorrow at the area menu level and confirmation. Okay, try to join at 6 o'clock or 6:05 or 6:10 because today I thought of starting 6:10 but due to the reason that many people have not joined by the 6:10 I started after 6:15. Okay, try to join max 6:10. Okay.
Okay.
Venkat, is it tomorrow or Wednesday?
Sorry, it's Wednesday. As I told you, we will be having class today and Wednesday and Friday. Okay, and if possible, weekend also I can take only for this week. But for the next week onward, we will be having every day. And Mr. Mohan, I can call you. Due to the reason I already the old batch, the previous batch, that they are going to have the class. I may not take any decision right now. Sorry for that, but anyhow I will call you. Okay? And who is this waiting for name? Who is this person? Hello? Who is the member showing the name as waiting for name? Hello? Think I just wanted to know who is this waiting for name? Somebody joined as waiting for name. The name is not showing. Okay, that's okay, no problem. Maybe you can let me know later. And thank you for participating. Any doubts before we close the session?
Venkat, one doubt.
Harish, tell me.
Yeah, do we use validity date for this sanctioned party list customers or anything?
Yes. We maintain the validity date.
Valid from date or...
Yes. If we go here, so when we maintain, okay, let me show you in the create mode so that you can. So here we can maintain the valid from and the valid to for each sanction party list. Okay.
Okay.
So this is what you are asking, right? Can we maintain validity date for the sanction party list?
Right.
But we can maintain.
Venkat? Hello?
Raji, tell me.
Venkat, why SAP created like separate GDS system? Like why it cannot be integrated like Azure MM? It does not have a within ECC. Why
You mean to say that why
separate?
SAP has provided a separate system, right?
Yeah, separate like a separate area menu, separate so a separate standalone system.
Maybe, I
So why
mean,
it is not integrated?
more controlling purpose. Actually, when we have inbuilt, maybe the controlling the controlling of activities or taking care of screening activities may not be effective. That could be the reason like SAP has introduced a new system, separate the box. Actually, what happened?
Well, that way we can.
Let me finish this one also. Actually, SAP consider a few modules as a new dimensional module, which they wanted to set up as a separate system for the the performance wise, the effectiveness wise, efficiency wise. Those are APO or SRM or CRM, along with FSCM. Like this, SAP GTS also one of the new dimensional module which has come up with the same kind of concept.
Okay. Okay.
Venkat, maybe due to frequent laws changes, right? Every year, every country will do changes in their export and import laws, right?
Yes, exactly. The rules will be changed, right?
Yeah. So maybe due to that, they have created separate box.
Not like that. Usually, what they consider when they are treating one module as a new dimensional module, so they decided to introduce a new separate box. That is what happened. But maybe they might be come across some few difficulties which they implement. They introduce. They made it as an inbuilt of a CCC. Maybe screening, but we are not exactly sure what could be the reason why SAP given a separate box. I assume that those could be the reason.
Okay.
Okay, any other doubt? Okay, thank you for participating. We will meet on Wednesday. Today is Monday, right? For you, we can meet on Wednesday morning. Raji, for us it's Tuesday night. Okay, Tuesday.
Bye.
By 8:30 of our time, the same time, which is 6 o'clock for Indian time.
Sure.
Okay. Bye.
Okay. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye.